Hello and welcome to Vintage Magazine Monday, Rod and Custom, October of 1958. Now with 16 more pages, a lot more to look at now. We've got a special Dragster issue. If you're into those early Dragsters, make sure you stay tuned to this episode. Here's one featured on the cover, the Top Banana 2, bright red and chrome, full canopy style Dragster. Very cool. Of course, we got some how to do it, customizing basics, hole filling, lighting, Frenching, etc. Again, let's dig in. Got the 59 Custom Cars Annual, go-karts. Here's our table of contents. Look forward to what we're going to see. We got a wild wagon. Again, Dragsters, latest and greatest. We have 458s after surgery. Lots more goodies inside. Got the starting line, for those that kind of like a preview of the issue. Of course, good read. Kind of tying all things together here. And moving along. We got some auto merch. We got Moon Automotive digging into the go-kart craze. Got some mini gas tanks, mini moons, all sorts of goodies there. And some prefabbed tuck and roll upholstery. Got the Scott fuel injector. Got some go-kart manufacturing engines. Our readers' rights or wrongs. Go-karts, quarter midgets. Go-karts, quarter midgets. When is it all going to end? I'll cue an answer there. We got our J.C. Whitney. If you want to check out what's new in the aftermarket trinkets. Here we got Scotty's Something Different is the Wild Wagon. For the long roof fans, got quite a good looking Ford here. Rarely used for customizing bait, the station wagon can be made into an attractive vehicle with minimal amount of work. Enthusiasts in favor of lighter, less bulky cars will be surprised to learn that this stock engine Ford Ranch wagon turned up a real healthy 84 mile per hour at the drags. Owner Scotty dropped the Ford fore and aft by chopping 2.5 coils from the front springs and by adding a deep 4-inch blocks in the back, using Merc skirts with chrome removed. Added further to that low look, the stock Ford grille was replaced with a revamped Plymouth grille, a 56 unit. Hood is de-chromed. Owner Bergeson did all the work without help. Rear quarter shot. Got some taillight treatment there. You see taillights and those skirts. That's a sharp looking wagon. Delightful Desoto. Artist touch has transformed the formerly so-so model into an eye catcher. A lot of smoothing and tunneling there on the headlights. Shaving all the trim, door handles. All that. Nice clean Desoto. Of course, the Desoto flare dome under the hood. 458s after surgery, a Bird, an Olds, a Ford, and a Chevy updated. Ford from Ohio, Bird from California, Chevy from Ohio, Olds from California. Got a convertible up top. Thunderbird, Impala, and the Olds. The side exhaust there on the convertible. Custom treatments. Here we got pretty well-known Thunderbird, probably one of the best looking 58 birds ever, and that's Larry Watson, well-known young striper, currently practicing his trade at Barris Custom City in Linwood, California, has just put the finishing touches on his bird. Barris did all the metalwork, limited to removal of all the unnecessary ornamentation and the door handles, while owner Watson repainted the squat car stunning burgundy, trimmed in silver pearl. Definitely one of my favorite birds. I got a 58 Impala with some nice scallop work, enhancing all of the beautiful lines of the 58. Some shorty side exit exhaust. Down here on the olds, a little Winfield work, removing some of the trim, adding some two-tone treatment there on the side. Again, more looks at these cars. Got some taillight treatment there on the convertible. Of course, Watson's car. Again, absolutely fantastic outline work with those side pipes. Just a perfect look. The 50 with some great looking scallops. Work wonderful with the body lines. And again, olds is a little less custom, just some subtle work to give it a unique look. Got the revamped Ram. If you meet a docile looking Dodge at the stoplight, watch out. It might be Buckler's revamped Ram. 1957 Dodge brought a factory rod to challenge all comers at the tracks around the country. The rigs were light, two-door sedans equipped with special shocks, oversized binders, and extra stiff springs. Powered by a Chrysler mill, these cars seemed destined for the winner's circle. Unfortunately, the cars appeared at a time when NASCAR was tightening up its regulations, and with that, the limited production of the D501 Dodges were barred from the tracks. And with some 501 Dodges, some factory improved cars. This one's got some extra treatment. A tough looking Dodge there. Poured and polish work. Rods and customs in miniature, a pair of deuces for the scale auto guys. The interest in plastic model car customizing has scarcely subsided after our national contest held in 1957 when Revell introduced their Jalopy race car. The miniature, looking for all the world like the countless track-bound 32 Ford Coupes presently running at the tracks around the country, was designed with the appearance of much-run Jalopy in mind. No glass was used in the window openings, the fabric top covering was left off, the hood was abbreviated to little more than an engine covering. There were no fenders or running boards, and the suggested paint job featured flames emanating from the engine compartment. In short, it was a true Jalopy. But no sooner had the model been introduced for just 69 cents at the hobby stores than customizing fans realized that there at last was a reproduction that could be converted to any one a number of types of cars. Other than the Revell 32 Roadster, long since discontinued, this was the only plastic offering that really appealed to the hot rodder. Two examples. Got a flat head. It's like more of a small block. Powered by a Lincoln V8 from the Revell's Mark II. Speed tuning the economical way out. Another how-to on some tuning. Dual ignitions. How the ignition works. Some mufflers. And now moving on to the current crop of Go Fast machinery on the following 18 pages. Dragsters, the latest and greatest. Perhaps the most symbolic of the frenzied activity at the drag strips around the nation along about this time of the year is photographer Al Caldwell's shot of the Romeo Palomade's dragster, front end airborne on its way towards the clocks. The 392-inch injected Chrysler on fuel carried driver Pete out the other end of the strip at 156 miles an hour, just 9.6 seconds after he had left the start line in the direct drive machine, copping B class at the sanctioned Kingdon, California drag strip. That wild crossover intake tubes, pretty cool looking. Lots of great dragsters in store for the dragster fans. Again, our cover car, new Top Banana 2 owned by Henry Vincent of Hayward, California. The big Chevy that powers this beautiful rig is George Santos' prized possession. Mutual friend Hilary Govia supplied the building space where the car was conceived and constructed. The front end look. The top's off. Go look at that. Looks like a very well engineered vehicle. There it is on the line. Underneath all of its covering. Best time out of Top Banana 2 turned a remarkable 161.87 with a 9.33 second ET. Here it leaves the line on its maiden voyage at the Kingdom Strip. Here at 1,168 pounds, machine is stripped of its flawless aluminum body and the essentials are laid bare. Power packing Chevy mill sits well aft in the slingshot frame. The Chevy V8 has been hogged out to 3/7/8 bore with 3 1/4 stroke. A pot vent eliminator cam actuates chilled steel lifters. Biggest part of the mill's pressure comes from the L-gun injectors, which blow a potential fuel mixture through polished ports. Aside from these changes, the big V8 is essentially stock. A lightweight flywheel spins a short shaft, which leads to a Halibrand rear end. No transmission is used. 13-foot car is a scant 40 inches tall. Here we got a classic, simple slingshot design. Bare minimum. A Cadillac powered mill. 134 mile an hour time. Half moon base strip. The car is simplicity itself with nothing but nothing, not essential to getting down the strip. Imagine sitting way back there, dragon tail. Another beautifully bodied dragster. Looks like a very well engineered machine. Friedland's needle-nosed dragster with body by well-known aluminum hammerer Jack Hageman awaits its turn at the strip with batteries plugged into the special receptacle. The 104-inch wheelbase with stock Ford tread fore and aft was painted by Oakland's Tommy the Greek and received much acclaim at this year's National Roadster Show. The unusual transmission in the car is an industrial torque converter coupled to the Chrysler V8 through the use of a special adapter plate. A little more under its hood. The big Chrysler, 8 carbs. Lots of fuel and air. With the top off. And very clean looking unit. Meticulously detailed and everything in its place. Another look at it. Kind of the engine coupler to the rear end. Transverse spring. Here we got another minimalistic ride. A very lightweight unit. Flatheads forever is Merle Brennan's cry when asked why he didn't go with a rocker arm route in building his 835-pound flyweight car. The 49 284 cubic inch V8 twirls an Iskandarian 404 cam with nearly everything else inside is supplied by Edelbrock. That includes stroker kit, heads, and manifold. 397 sit atop the intake manifold. Output is estimated at 180 horsepower. Pretty narrow unit there. One of the very few 6-in-a-row dragsters in the running, Bertolosi's glass-bodied car is GMC powered. The 302 cubic inch has a full load of goodies with some Wade parts, Spalding ignition, side draft carbs, and a beautiful set of flowing headers that lead its exiting gas smoothly rearward. All 6 in a row. I got a little guy. I think these are a 4-banger. 550 pounds of the real go. The lightest dragster of the bunch is Dave Johannes' Crosley with fuel injection, drilled wheels, and front axle. Everything that goes into making up more familiar size, full-size counterparts. The car owner's ultimate desire is to break 100. Class in which car runs permits twice the displacement figure of the 4, but the owner runs it for kicks. Homemade injectors are cut down carbs using only throttle bodies with butterflies and jets. The high-revving Crosley emits a dreadful scream from its quad exhaust stacks. Engine packs a wallop despite its tiny size. 2.5 bore, 2 1/4 stroke for about 44 inches. Rear and transmission steering are also Crosley components. Custom wheels. Ungilding the Lily, the dream truck for $59, altering a restyled custom, the planned progression. Well, before and after from last year's to this year's. Wonderful shots of the dream truck, great car. The old and the new contrast between the truck's appearance in 56, 57, and 58 to now. Prior to lacquer application, the truck's coloring was two-tone gray primer. Shot of it there. Second photo shows it with its pearlescent coat trimmed in 2 shades of purple. Third stage, the scallops of the purple remain, but base color was changed to white. Again, a few progressions there. Kind of before the bed change there. After, and then of course the pearl white. Several more. Extended antenna protrudes from a Buick reflector shield, which last year housed a red lens. Previous aerial location was edge of tail bar shell. Units pointed skyward. There we got kind of the early exhaust system before the thinned bedsides, and now the current with the fin bedsides, exhaust portholes closed. Subtle variations, changes in the paint. Talking about how the scallops now only trim the outer edge versus kind of breaking off that fin. The original bed cover was Freeze and Naugahyde tarp protected by weather-resistant, full transparent plastic. However, changes in temperature cause formation of moisture between materials, resulting in stains. A new aluminum cover was devised, which is able to stand even bad weather. Kind of hard to see in those pics, but change in the bed cover. Nice little update there on the dream truck. The basics of customizing oxyacetylene torch basics. Setting up your brazing torch. The old school cave and pave, knock it in, fill it in. The big blow, a factual performance report on the Latham Axial Flow Supercharger. For you Latham Supercharger fans, we got some eye candy here. The blower has a very small equalizing chamber between the volute opening and the flat plate that bolts to the intake manifold. Fine machining work on this top quality product is evident throughout. Different intakes. Big blow continued. Strapping it into a Ranchero. Just Ranchero on the dyno. Putts for progressives. Some illustrations of different go-kart concepts, experimentals. Big blow continued. The big blow at the big go. 1957 National Championship drags at Oklahoma City. Saw Latham Blow and Ranchero runner-up in A gas. Pretty good for a pickup. Getting some more Latham supercharged picks. Aaron C. comic. Pause and read if you want. Reader's rights. Models, we feel you've fallen down on your promise to produce stories on the hobby of model car customizing. The series you've had in electric rail racing has been good, but let's see more on restyling kits like those produced by Reville. More models, though the construction of an electric rail racing car in the recent issue is well described, at least to the extent the enthusiasts could probably build. Pulling together and found it suffered from excessive wheel spin. Couldn't a dragster type car be built, one which was designed exclusively for drag racing? Again, not only can it be built, it was already done in the March 58 issue. We got a Latham Supercharger ad. Latham Supercharged cars fastest at NASCAR events at Daytona Beach, Florida. Carol Miller tops running a stock-bodied Ford Victoria, equipped with a Latham Supercharger. 153 mile an hour. Got first sports car flying mile. First and second class A sports car standing mile. I'm kind of finishing out some of those articles. The back pressure at the end, for those that like to read. Kind of a nice little wrap up. That's it. We got a little Honest Charlie's go-kart ad at the end, and that'll wrap it up for this week. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.